Reaching Your True Potential, published by Audiobooks Journal YouTube channel. Who is this book for? This book is for anyone who's tired of feeling stuck and knows they're capable of way more. It's for the dreamers who are ready to stop just thinking and start doing. It's for the people who want to push past fear, ignore the noise, and finally take control of their life. If you've ever felt like you were meant for something bigger, like there's untapped potential inside you waiting to explode, this book is for you. Whether you're just starting out, stuck in a rut, or aiming to level up to places you've never imagined, these pages will give you the mindset, tools, and fire you need to make it happen. No fluff, no excuses, just real strategies to help you reach your true potential. Chapter 1. Wake up and own your life. The first step to reaching your true potential is waking up, literally and figuratively. Too many people go through life asleep, just existing, not living. They follow routines like robots, letting days slip by without realizing that time is the most precious resource they will ever have. Waking up isn't just about getting out of bed. It's about shaking off the excuses, the distractions, and the fears that keep you from being the person you were meant to be. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, I am responsible for my life, and I refuse to settle for less than I can achieve. Owning your life starts with understanding that no one else is coming to hand it to you. The world doesn't owe you success, happiness, or fulfillment. If you want it, you have to go grab it. This is the moment to stop blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck. Every excuse you make is a choice to remain stuck. Every complaint you have is a choice to ignore the power you already possess. It's time to take full ownership, not just of your actions, but of your thoughts, your emotions, and the direction your life is heading. Waking up means breaking the autopilot mode. Most people wake up, check their phones, scroll through social media, and let other people's lives dictate their mood. They drink coffee to feel alive instead of creating routines that truly energize them. Waking up is realizing that your morning sets the tone for the entire day. It's not about a fancy routine or rigid habits. It's about intentionally deciding how you start each day. Whether it's 5 minutes of reflection, a quick workout, journaling your goals, or simply taking a deep breath and acknowledging that today is yours to own, these small actions compound over time. They build momentum and a mindset that refuses to settle for mediocrity. The next part of owning your life is confronting reality honestly. Many people live in denial. They tell themselves they're fine with their current situation, even when deep down, they know they're not. They accept a mediocre job, a lackluster relationship, or uninspiring routines because it's comfortable. Owning your life means facing the truth without sugarcoating it. Where are you falling short? Where are you wasting your time? What habits are keeping you from growing? When you face reality head-on, you stop being a victim and start becoming a creator. You understand that growth requires discomfort, and comfort zones are the silent killers of potential. Taking control of your life also means making deliberate choices. Every decision you make either moves you closer to your potential or drags you further away. Small choices compound into massive results. Choosing to exercise instead of binge-watching a series, choosing to read a book instead of scrolling your feed, choosing to start that project instead of overthinking, it all adds up. Life isn't about waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's about consistently making the right choices, even when they're hard, even when they're inconvenient. Owning your life is making choices that align with the person you want to become, not the person you've been comfortable being. Accountability is another crucial part of this chapter. You cannot own your life if you constantly shift the blame onto others. You must take responsibility for your successes and your failures. When you succeed, own it. When you fail, own it even louder. Learn from it, adapt, and move forward. No excuses, no complaints, no pointing fingers. Accountability is liberating because it puts the power back in your hands. Once you stop waiting for someone else to fix your problems, you unlock a level of freedom most people never experience. Energy management is often overlooked, but it's a key part of waking up and owning your life. Your body, mind, and emotions are the engines that drive your potential. If you're constantly tired, distracted, or drained, you cannot perform at your best. Owning your life means taking care of your body, eating right, exercising, and sleeping enough. It means managing your mental energy by focusing on tasks that matter, cutting out unnecessary stress, and protecting your emotional health. When you prioritize energy, you operate at a higher level. You notice opportunities that others miss, you make better decisions, and you become unstoppable. Another powerful element of owning your life is mindset. Your thoughts create your reality. If you believe you are limited, if you constantly doubt yourself, if you focus on what could go wrong, you will never reach your true potential. But if you cultivate a mindset of possibility, resilience, and growth, you open doors that most people don't even see. Wake up to the power of your mind. Challenge limiting beliefs, silence negative self-talk, and replace doubt with action. Your thoughts are not just random noise, they are tools. Use them wisely, and they will carry you to heights you never imagined. Waking up also involves setting clear goals. Without a destination, you drift. Life becomes reactive rather than proactive. Take the time to define what success means for you. What kind of person do you want to become? What experiences do you want to have? What legacy do you want to leave? Once you have clarity, you can make intentional decisions every day that move you closer to that vision. Goals aren't just about achievement. They're about creating focus and purpose. They give your life direction and a reason to wake up excited every morning. Surrounding yourself with the right people is another critical aspect. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're around negative, unmotivated, or complacent individuals, their energy will pull you down. Owning your life means being selective with your company. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to be better. Seek mentors, peers, and friends who lift you, who hold you accountable, and who celebrate your growth. Life is too short to waste on relationships that drain your energy or diminish your potential. Fear is a huge barrier to owning your life. Most people don't act because they're scared of failure, scared of judgment, scared of change. But fear is not a stop sign, it's a signal. It tells you where you need to grow. Owning your life means acting in spite of fear. It means doing the things that scare you because those are the things that push you beyond your limits. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's taking action even when fear is present. Every time you face fear head-on, you grow stronger, more confident, and closer to the life you're capable of creating. Finally, owning your life means embracing consistency and persistence. Potential is useless without action. Dreams are meaningless without effort. Talent alone won't take you far. It's the daily grind, the repeated actions, the relentless pursuit of improvement that separates ordinary from extraordinary. Commit to showing up day after day, even when motivation fades. Push yourself when you don't feel like it. The small, consistent actions you take now will compound into massive results over time. This is how ordinary people achieve extraordinary things. In summary, waking up and owning your life is a choice. It's a decision to stop living on autopilot, to take responsibility, and to actively shape your future. It's about being honest with yourself, making deliberate choices, managing your energy, cultivating a strong mindset, setting goals, surrounding yourself with the right people, confronting fear, and committing to consistency. This chapter is your wake-up call. The potential inside you is waiting. The life you've been dreaming of is possible, but it will not come to you. You must go out and claim it. Own your life, and the rest will follow. The time to start is now. Stop waiting, stop doubting, stop blaming. Wake up. Take responsibility. Take action. And never, ever settle for anything less than the life you were born to live. Your true potential is ready, are you? Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. It really helps me create more content for you. Thank you. Chapter 2. Break the limits. You've been told you have. From the moment you are born, the world starts feeding you limits. People tell you what you can and cannot do. Teachers, parents, friends, society. They all place boundaries on your potential, often without realizing it. You're not smart enough. You're too young. You don't have enough experience. That's impossible for someone like you. The list goes on. These limits are like invisible walls built around your mind, convincing you to stay small, safe, and comfortable. The truth is, the only limits that truly exist are the ones you accept. To reach your true potential, you must break free from every story that has told you who you are, and what you can't do. Breaking limits begins with awareness. The first step is recognizing the beliefs that have been holding you back. Ask yourself, what messages did I hear growing up? Which ones stuck with me? Which ones still affect my decisions today? Many people never take this step. They assume the boundaries they live with are real, but most of the time, these are just ideas, not facts. They are borrowed fears and doubts, not reflections of your true capabilities. Awareness is powerful because it allows you to question everything you've been told. Once you see the limits clearly, you can start dismantling them. The next step is challenging yourself. Limits are not meant to be followed. They are meant to be tested. When you push against what you've been told is impossible, you grow. Start small if you need to, but be relentless. If someone told you that public speaking is beyond your abilities, sign up for a small speaking event. If you were told you could never run a marathon, start running today. If people said your ideas aren't good enough, share them anyway. Every time you challenge a limit, you send a message to yourself. I am capable of more than I thought. These small victories compound, creating confidence and courage that propel you toward bigger challenges. One of the most important tools for breaking limits is mindset. Your mind is either a cage or a launch pad. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't, I'm not ready, or I'll never make it, you reinforce the very barriers you want to escape. On the other hand, if you adopt a mindset of possibility, growth, and resilience, limits begin to disappear. Mindset isn't just positive thinking. It's the belief that failure is a step toward success, that effort matters more than innate talent, and that challenges are opportunities to grow rather than threats to avoid. Cultivate a mindset that refuses to accept boundaries, and your world will expand. Breaking limits also requires taking action outside your comfort zone. Comfort zones are convenient, but they are also the silent killers of potential. Everything you've ever wanted lies on the other side of discomfort. Growth, success, creativity, and freedom all demand that you push beyond the familiar. Start by identifying areas in your life where you feel safe but stagnant. Then take one bold action today, one that scares you just a little, and then another tomorrow. The more you do this, the bigger your comfort zone grows. Over time, what once felt impossible will become routine, and what once intimidated you will become your new normal. Another critical aspect of breaking limits is understanding the power of persistence. Most people give up long before they reach their true potential. They hit a wall and assume it's permanent. But walls are only temporary obstacles, signs that you need to adjust your strategy, learn more, or push harder. Persistence means refusing to quit when progress is slow or results aren't immediate. It means showing up every day, even when you're tired, frustrated, or unsure. When you persist, you prove to yourself that limits are not set in stone. They are only as real as the effort you're willing to give to overcome them. Surrounding yourself with the right influences is essential. If you spend your time with people who reinforce limits, you will struggle to break free. Seek mentors, coaches, and peers who challenge you, believe in your potential, and encourage you to stretch further than you thought possible. Learn from people who have broken limits themselves. Their experiences will show you that what others call impossible is achievable with the right mindset, strategies, and effort. Your environment either builds you up or keeps you small. Choose it wisely. Fear and self-doubt are the biggest barriers to breaking limits. Fear tells you to play it safe, that you're not ready, that failure is permanent. Self-doubt whispers that you're not good enough. To break limits, you must act in spite of these feelings. Fear is normal. It's proof that you're about to do something that matters. Self-doubt is temporary. It is never stronger than your determination. The key is to act anyway, even if your hands shake or your heart races. Every step you take despite fear weakens its hold over you and strengthens your confidence in what you can accomplish. Breaking limits also means redefining failure. Most people see failure as the end, but failure is just feedback. Every time you fail, you learn something new, gain experience, and get closer to your goal. Embrace failure as a necessary part of growth. The people who achieve the impossible are not those who never failed. They are those who refuse to let failure define them. They analyze what went wrong, adjust and try again with more knowledge and skill. When you stop fearing failure and start using it as a tool, limits lose their power. It's important to take full responsibility for your limits as well. Many people blame circumstances, other people, or luck for their situation. But most limits are self-imposed. They come from fear, habit, or old beliefs. Owning your responsibility means acknowledging that while external factors exist, your reaction and choices determine your results. You have the power to rewrite the rules, to break the walls, and to create the life you want. No one else can do it for you. The moment you accept this truth, you become unstoppable. Visualization is another powerful technique. When you imagine yourself breaking limits, achieving goals, and doing what others said you couldn't, you train your mind to believe it's possible. Visualization isn't daydreaming, it's mental rehearsal. Athletes, entrepreneurs, and high achievers use it to prepare for challenges and reinforce belief in their capabilities. Spend time every day visualizing yourself achieving things that seem impossible. See it, feel it, and believe it. This mental practice strengthens your mindset and fuels action. Consistency is key to breaking limits. One-time efforts won't change your life. You need repeated actions day after day that push your boundaries. Every small step matters. Reading a page, making a call, trying again, exercising, practicing, learning. These are the bricks that build the bridge from limits to potential. Over time, consistent effort compounds, creating results that shock those who didn't believe in you, and even yourself. Finally, breaking limits requires belief in your worthiness. Many people sabotage themselves because they feel they don't deserve success, happiness, or freedom. This is a lie. You are worthy of everything you desire. You were born with immense potential, and it is your duty to yourself to use it. Believing in your worth is not arrogance. It's the foundation for action. Once you truly believe you deserve more, you will act differently, make bolder choices, and refuse to accept anything less than what you are capable of achieving. In conclusion, breaking the limits you've been told you have is a mindset, a habit, and a lifestyle. It starts with awareness of the beliefs holding you back, challenging those beliefs through action, cultivating a mindset of possibility, stepping out of your comfort zone, persisting through obstacles, surrounding yourself with the right people, confronting fear, embracing failure as feedback, taking full responsibility, visualizing success, acting consistently, and believing in your worth. Every limit you break expands your world, opens doors you never imagined, and brings you closer to your true potential. Remember, the walls around you exist only because you let them. You have the power to tear them down, brick by brick, belief by belief, action by action. Nothing is impossible if you refuse to accept limits. The life you dream of is waiting on the other side of the boundaries you've been taught to obey. It's time to shatter them. Break the rules you've been handed. Break the story you've been told. Break the limits. And step into the life that's yours to claim. Chapter 3. Build habits that actually make you stronger. If you want to reach your true potential, talent alone won't get you there. Motivation is fleeting. Inspiration comes and goes, and willpower can burn out fast. What separates the people who succeed from those who stay stuck is habits. Strong, consistent habits that compound over time and transform your life. Building habits isn't just about discipline. It's about designing a life where success becomes inevitable. The question is, are you willing to put in the work to create habits that actually make you stronger? Habits are the foundation of success because they automate excellence. When your habits are aligned with your goals, you don't have to rely on motivation every day. You simply do what you need to do because it's part of your system. Think of habits like the bricks of a building. Each small action, repeated consistently, adds up to something much larger than the sum of its parts. The people who achieve extraordinary results don't rely on occasional bursts of effort. They build systems that make success a natural outcome. The first step to building powerful habits is clarity. You can't create effective habits if you don't know what you want. Start by defining your goals clearly. What kind of person do you want to be? What skills do you want to develop? What results do you want to achieve in your career, health, and relationships? Once your goals are clear, you can design habits that move you directly toward them. Every habit you build should have a purpose, a reason why it exists. Without this, habits become empty routines that waste time and energy. Next, start small. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to overhaul their life overnight. They attempt massive changes, get frustrated when they can't sustain them, and quit. Real habit building is incremental. Want to get fit? Start with 10 minutes of movement a day. Want to write a book? Commit to writing 200 words every morning. Want to improve your focus? Start with 1 focused hour without distractions. Small, consistent actions build momentum. And momentum is what turns small efforts into massive results. Consistency beats intensity. Doing a little every day is far more effective than doing a lot once in a while. Habits are like compound interest for your life. The repeated daily effort, no matter how small, multiplies over time. The key is to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Some days will be harder than others. You will be tired, stressed, or distracted. That's exactly when habits matter the most. When you stick to your habits in the hard moments, you're building mental toughness and resilience that no motivation can match. Environment is a critical factor in habit formation. Your surroundings shape your behavior more than most people realize. If you want to develop good habits, you need to design your environment to support them. Remove distractions, create cues for your desired behaviors, and make it easy to act on your goals. If you want to read more, leave books where you can see them. If you want to exercise, lay out your workout clothes the night before. If you want to eat healthier, stock your kitchen with nutritious options and remove junk food. Environment doesn't just influence habits, it controls them. Shape your space and your habits will follow. Another crucial component of building strong habits is tracking progress. You can't improve what you don't measure. Keep a journal, mark a calendar, or use an app to track your daily actions. Seeing progress visually reinforces your commitment and keeps you accountable. Habits are easier to maintain when you know you're moving forward. Tracking also helps you identify patterns. Which habits are sticking? Which ones need adjustment? Measurement is feedback, and feedback is the fuel for growth. Accountability accelerates habit building. When you make a commitment to someone else, a coach, a friend, or even a community, you increase the likelihood of following through. Accountability transforms habits from optional to mandatory. You start thinking, I can't let them down, and I can't let myself down either. This external pressure, combined with internal motivation, creates unstoppable momentum. One of the most overlooked aspects of habit building is replacing, not removing. Bad habits won't disappear simply because you want them gone. They are behaviors that have been reinforced over time. The most effective way to eliminate a bad habit is to replace it with a stronger, more positive one. For example, if you tend to scroll social media when stressed, replace it with a brief walk, meditation, or journaling. If you snack on junk food out of boredom, now replace it with positive stuff. Replace it with a healthy alternative or a drink of water. Substitution is more effective than restriction because it satisfies the same need in a constructive way. Patience is essential. Habits take time to become ingrained. Some behaviors take weeks, others months to feel automatic. Don't expect instant transformation. The key is persistence. Every time you perform a habit, You are strengthening neural pathways in your brain, making the behavior easier and more natural over time. Think of habit building as training for your brain. The more consistent you are, the stronger your mental and emotional muscles become. Identity-based habits are the most powerful type of habits. Instead of focusing on what you want to achieve, focus on who you want to become. For example, instead of saying, "I want to run a marathon," say, "I am a runner." Instead of saying, "I want to write a book," say, "I am a writer." When habits are tied to your identity, they become self-reinforcing. You act in ways that are consistent with the person you believe you are, making it far easier to maintain habits long-term. Reflection and adjustment are also critical. No habit system is perfect from the start. You will stumble, miss days, and face obstacles. That's normal. What matters is reflecting on what went wrong and adjusting your approach. If a habit isn't working, change it. If your environment isn't supporting it, redesign it. Habits are flexible. They adapt to your life and goals. The key is to never give up. Just adapt and improve. Another secret to building habits that make you stronger is to tie them to emotion. Habits rooted in emotion are far more resilient than those based solely on logic. When a habit is connected to your desire for freedom, confidence, health, or achievement, it becomes something you want to do rather than something you have to do. Emotion fuels action. Habits without emotion are like machines without fuel. They grind along for a while, but eventually stop. Inject passion and purpose into every habit you build. The compounding effect of habits cannot be overstated. A small habit done consistently over years produces results far beyond what a single heroic effort could achieve. Drinking water every morning, reading for 15 minutes daily, making your bed, meditating, exercising, or saving a small amount of money regularly. These may seem insignificant in isolation, but over time, they compound into massive improvements in health, knowledge, discipline, and wealth. Habits are the engine that drives long-term success. Finally, celebrate wins along the way. Acknowledge when you stick to a habit, when you push through a tough day, or when you achieve a small milestone. Celebration reinforces behavior, boosts motivation, and reminds you that progress is being made. Even the smallest victories matter because they build momentum and confidence. Over time, these victories create a sense of unstoppable energy that keeps you moving forward. In conclusion, building habits that actually make you stronger is about more than discipline. It's about clarity, small consistent actions, designing your environment, tracking progress, accountability, replacing bad habits with better ones, patience, identity-based thinking, reflection, emotional connection, and celebrating wins. Habits are the engine that transforms potential into reality. They are the difference between people who dream and people who achieve. Your habits define you. They shape your body, your mind, your relationships, and your life. If you want to become stronger, more capable, and closer to your true potential, start by building habits that serve you, not habits that drain you. Do the small, consistent work every day. Push past resistance. Replace old behaviors with new, stronger ones. Measure, adjust, and never give up. Your future self will thank you. Because every habit you build today is a brick in the foundation of the extraordinary life you are creating. The time to start is now. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for inspiration. Build the habits, stick to them, and watch yourself transform. Strength, resilience, and success are not accidents. They are the result of daily choices. Make the choice today. Build the habits that make you stronger and step closer to the life you were born to live. Chapter 4. Master your mind, don't let it master you. Your mind is the most powerful tool you will ever own, but it can also be your greatest enemy if left unchecked. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, and every story you tell yourself shapes your reality. People who achieve greatness understand this. They don't wait for circumstances to change or for luck to strike. They master their minds, take control of their inner world, and refuse to let limiting thoughts dictate their life. If you want to reach your true potential, mastering your mind isn't optional, it's essential. The first step to mastering your mind is awareness. Most people live on autopilot, reacting to their thoughts and emotions instead of observing them. Negative thoughts spiral into doubt, fear, and inaction. Worries dominate energy that could be used to take action. To gain control, you must first become aware of what's happening in your head. Notice your thoughts without judgment. Ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? How are these thoughts affecting my emotions and actions? Awareness is the foundation of mastery because you can't control what you don't recognize. Once you're aware, it's time to challenge limiting beliefs. Many people operate under invisible rules planted by past experiences, other people, or society. I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. This is too hard for me. These beliefs are not facts. They are narratives you've accepted. Challenge them. Ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence supports this thought? What evidence contradicts it? Replace self-limiting beliefs with empowering ones. The mind is like clay. You shape it with your beliefs. Choose beliefs that make you stronger, not smaller. Mastering your mind also requires discipline and focus. Your attention is your most valuable resource. Where you focus your energy determines your results. Most people allow distractions, social media, and random thoughts to control their focus. High achievers protect their attention fiercely. They set clear priorities, eliminate distractions, and concentrate on actions that drive results. Focus isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter, directing your energy where it matters most. Every moment you spend mindlessly scrolling or worrying about things outside your control is a moment lost in building your potential. Emotional mastery is another pillar of a powerful mind. Emotions are not bad. They are signals, information about what matters to you. But when emotions control decisions instead of informing them, they become obstacles. Fear, anger, jealousy, or anxiety can sabotage progress if you let them. Mastering your mind means acknowledging emotions without being enslaved by them. When you feel fear, act anyway. When you feel anger, channel it into constructive action. When you feel doubt, use it as fuel to prepare and improve. Emotional mastery doesn't mean feeling nothing. It means feeling fully while staying in control of your actions. Visualization is a powerful technique to strengthen your mental control. The mind responds to vivid imagery as if it were reality. By visualizing your goals and the steps to achieve them, you train your brain to recognize opportunities and prepare for challenges. Picture yourself overcoming obstacles, achieving milestones, and performing at your highest level. Feel the excitement, confidence, and satisfaction. Mental rehearsal primes your mind for success, reduces fear, and increases clarity. Elite athletes, successful entrepreneurs, and top performers all use visualization to condition their mind for victory. Self-talk is another critical aspect of mind mastery. The way you speak to yourself shapes your confidence, resilience, and actions. Many people let negative self-talk run unchecked. I can't do this. I'm not ready. This is impossible. Replace those statements with empowering language. I am capable. I will find a way. I can handle this challenge. Words are powerful. They influence your mindset and behavior. Train your mind to use language that propels you forward rather than holds you back. Mind mastery also requires controlling attention in the face of adversity. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and unexpected obstacles. Your mind will naturally focus on fear, doubt, and worst-case scenarios. But what if you could train it to focus on solutions, opportunities, and growth instead? The ability to consciously redirect your attention is what separates winners from losers. When adversity strikes, your mind can either become a prison or a weapon. Choose to focus on what you can control, not what you cannot. Your mental discipline determines how fast you recover, adapt, and thrive. Learning to embrace discomfort is essential for mental strength. Growth never happens in ease and comfort. The mind resists change, clings to routine, and seeks safety. But if you want to master your mind, you must train it to tolerate and even welcome discomfort. Push yourself into challenging situations, face difficult conversations, and take risks that scare you. Every time you navigate discomfort successfully, your mind becomes stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to handle future challenges. Gratitude is a surprising but powerful tool in mind mastery. Focusing on what you have rather than what you lack trains your mind to notice abundance and opportunity instead of scarcity and limitation. Daily gratitude rewires your brain to see possibilities, appreciate progress, and maintain a positive outlook. It doesn't ignore challenges, but it gives you mental clarity and emotional stability, which are essential for effective decision-making and peak performance. Mindfulness and meditation are also key components. These practices train your brain to observe thoughts without getting entangled in them. They enhance focus, reduce stress, and improve emotional regulation. Even a few minutes a day can have a profound impact. Meditation is not about escaping reality. It's about becoming the master of your mind in every moment, aware of what's happening and choosing how to respond. Setting mental boundaries is another critical strategy. Your mind can easily become cluttered with unnecessary worries, negative news, and other people's opinions. Protect your mental space. Limit exposure to negativity, gossip, and draining influences. Decide what deserves your attention and what doesn't. Boundaries allow your mind to focus on what truly matters, conserving energy for meaningful action rather than mindless reaction. Mastering your mind also involves taking control of habits of thought. Habits of thought are patterns you repeat automatically. Rumination, overthinking, catastrophizing, or self-criticism. These patterns can undermine your confidence and progress. Replace them with empowering thought habits, focusing on solutions, analyzing objectively, and celebrating small wins. Thought habits shape your perception, your emotions, and your behavior. When you control your thoughts, you control your life. Learning to delay gratification is another cornerstone of mental mastery. The mind craves instant pleasure, social media, junk food, comfort, avoidance. High achievers train their minds to prioritize long-term rewards over short-term satisfaction. This discipline allows you to invest in yourself, your skills, and your future. Delayed gratification strengthens willpower, patience, and resilience, the mental muscles that turn potential into reality. Finally, remember that mastering your mind is a lifelong practice. No one achieves perfect control overnight. You will have days when thoughts spiral, emotions flare, and focus fades. That's normal. The key is persistence, awareness, and commitment to improvement. Every time you practice self-discipline, redirect your focus, or challenge a limiting thought, you are building a stronger mind, a sharper mental edge, and greater control over your life. In conclusion, mastering your mind is about awareness, challenging limiting beliefs, cultivating focus, emotional control, visualization, empowering self-talk, attention management, embracing discomfort, gratitude, mindfulness, mental boundaries, thought habits, and delayed gratification. The mind is your most powerful tool. If you allow it to run wild, it will hold you back. But if you take control, train it, and guide it intentionally, it becomes your greatest ally in achieving your true potential. The choice is yours. You can let your mind master you, following fear, doubt, and distraction wherever they lead. Or you can master your mind, harness its power, and use it to build the life you've been dreaming of. Every thought, every decision, every moment of focus counts. Start today. Train your mind, own it, and watch as your life transforms beyond what you ever imagined. Chapter 5. Take action when everyone else hesitates. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality. You can have the clearest goals, the strongest habits, and the most disciplined mind, but none of it matters unless you act. Most people hesitate, procrastinate, or wait for the perfect conditions. They let fear, doubt, and uncertainty freeze them in place. The people who succeed, however, take action when everyone else hesitates. They move while others wait, push while others pause, and act while others overthink. If you want to reach your true potential, learning to act decisively is non-negotiable. The first reason most people hesitate is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. These are powerful forces. They whisper lies like, "You're not ready? What if you mess up? It's too risky." Fear is natural, but it is also a liar. The only way to overcome it is to act despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that something else is more important than fear. Every time you take action in the face of fear, you shrink its power. You prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts, and that the life you want is on the other side of hesitation. Procrastination is another enemy of action. People delay because they feel unprepared. They overanalyze, or they convince themselves that timing is everything. The truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. Waiting only wastes precious time. High achievers understand that imperfect action beats perfect inaction every single time. You learn, adapt, and grow through doing. Waiting guarantees nothing. Acting creates opportunities. The key is to start. Start small if necessary. But start. Movement generates momentum, and momentum turns hesitation into unstoppable progress. Clarity is essential for decisive action. You can't act effectively if you don't know what you want. Define your goals clearly and break them into actionable steps. Know what needs to be done today, this week, and this month. When your direction is clear, hesitation fades because you know exactly where to start. Indecision often stems from uncertainty. Remove uncertainty by clarifying your priorities and planning the first steps. Even imperfect planning is better than none because action teaches lessons that theory never will. One of the most powerful tools for taking action is commitment. Commit to moving forward no matter what. Commit to doing the work, facing discomfort, and pushing through resistance. Commitment creates accountability. When you declare that you will act, you put pressure on yourself to follow through. Commit publicly if necessary, to a friend, mentor, or even yourself in writing. Commitment turns hesitation into discipline, and discipline turns action into results. Timing matters less than consistency. Many people wait for the right time, the perfect opportunity, or the ideal circumstances. In reality, the perfect time rarely comes. There will always be obstacles, risks, or reasons to wait. Successful people act now, using what they have where they are. Consistent action, repeated day after day, compounds into results far beyond what waiting could ever produce. The right time is when you decide to act, not when conditions feel perfect. Risk is unavoidable. Taking action often involves stepping into uncertainty, making tough decisions, and exposing yourself to potential failure. But risk is also where opportunity lives. Every meaningful achievement carries risk. The people who hesitate stay in the safe zone, where growth is minimal and potential is limited. Those who act embrace calculated risk, understanding that the greatest rewards lie on the other side of discomfort. Action transforms risk into progress. Hesitation keeps it as fear. Another critical aspect of action is speed. Speed creates momentum. When you act quickly, you gain valuable feedback sooner, learn faster, and adjust before others even start. Hesitation slows progress and gives competitors an advantage. The faster you act, the more control you have over your outcomes. Speed is not recklessness, it's decisiveness, coupled with informed judgment. The ability to act faster than the majority is a key differentiator between ordinary results and extraordinary success. Resilience is essential when taking action. Action doesn't guarantee immediate success. You will encounter setbacks, resistance, and failures. Hesitation often comes from a fear of these challenges. But taking action builds resilience because you learn to navigate obstacles and adapt. Every setback becomes a lesson, every failure a step forward. The people who achieve greatness are not those who avoid failure. They are those who act repeatedly, learn relentlessly, and persist despite difficulty. Proactive thinking sets achievers apart. Instead of reacting to circumstances, they anticipate challenges and opportunities, then act before others realize the situation exists. Being proactive means taking responsibility for your life, controlling what you can, and shaping your environment rather than letting it shape you. Hesitation often comes from passivity, waiting for external factors to dictate your path. Taking action puts you in the driver's seat of your life. Decision-making is a muscle that strengthens with action. The more you act, the better you become at making decisions quickly and confidently. Hesitation weakens this muscle because indecision is practiced indecisively. Each choice you make builds mental clarity, judgment, and confidence. Action sharpens your instincts, teaches you to weigh risk, and trains you to move forward even in uncertainty. The best way to improve decision-making is to take action now. Learn from outcomes and adjust continuously. Visualization and preparation enhance action, but cannot replace it. Some people spend so much time planning and imagining success that they never actually move. Preparation is valuable, but action is essential. Combine a clear vision with calculated steps and then move. Execution is where results are born. You can think, dream, and strategize endlessly, but unless you act, nothing changes. Action turns ideas into reality. Taking action also requires mental toughness. You will face doubt, criticism, and internal resistance. Hesitation is often rooted in self-doubt. Am I ready? Do I have what it takes? What if I fail? Mental toughness is the ability to act despite these doubts, to push forward when conditions are difficult, and to maintain focus on your goals regardless of obstacles. Strong minds act decisively because they refuse to be paralyzed by uncertainty. Leverage is amplified when you act decisively. Opportunities often favor the bold. When others hesitate, you gain an advantage. Acting quickly and effectively allows you to seize opportunities, shape outcomes, and influence situations in your favor. Hesitation often leads to missed chances, lost momentum, and regret. Bold action creates movement, opens doors, and builds credibility. People notice those who act while others wait. Action is contagious. Taking action inspires others, attracts support, and creates networks of momentum. When you move decisively, you signal confidence, competence, and determination. Hesitation breeds passivity and stagnation, while action generates energy, trust, and collaboration. Leaders are defined by their willingness to act when others hesitate. They set the pace, take initiative, and influence outcomes. Finally, remember that hesitation is the enemy of growth. Every moment you wait, the world moves forward without you. Every opportunity you miss because of doubt is a chance someone else seizes. Growth, achievement, and progress require movement. Action transforms potential into reality, turns ideas into results, and creates a life that others may only dream of. Hesitation guarantees stagnation. Action guarantees momentum. In conclusion, taking action when everyone else hesitates is a skill, a mindset, and a lifestyle. It starts with courage, clarity, and commitment. It requires speed, resilience, decisiveness, and mental toughness. It thrives on proactive thinking, learning from failure, and embracing calculated risks. Action bridges the gap between who you are and who you are capable of becoming. The life you want is waiting on the other side of hesitation. Move, act, push, persist. Every moment counts, every choice matters, and every step forward brings you closer to your true potential. The choice is yours. You can wait, overthink, and hesitate while the world passes you by. Or you can act decisively, take control of your destiny, and turn dreams into reality. Start now. Take action today. Build the habit of acting when others pause. Let your courage, focus, and determination lead the way. Your future self will thank you for not waiting when everyone else hesitated. Chapter 6. Celebrate wins, learn fast, keep going. Success is not a straight line. It's a journey full of peaks, valleys, wins, setbacks, and lessons. The people who achieve extraordinary results understand that progress is not just about action. It's about reflection, learning, and perseverance. Chapter 6 is about the mindset that turns effort into lasting success. Celebrating wins, learning fast from mistakes, and keeping momentum even when the road gets tough. If you want to reach your true potential, mastering this cycle is essential. Let's start with celebration. Most people overlook it, but celebrating wins is a critical part of sustaining motivation and building momentum. Wins, big or small, are signals that your actions are working. Every milestone you reach, every goal you tick off, every step forward is evidence of progress. When you acknowledge and celebrate your wins, you reinforce positive behavior. Your brain releases dopamine, your confidence grows, and your energy for the next challenge skyrockets. Celebration is not about arrogance or complacency. It's about recognition, reinforcement, and fueling further action. Celebration also creates a mental map of success. By pausing to acknowledge wins, you learn what works. Which actions, habits, or decisions produced results? What strategies led to breakthroughs? Recognizing these patterns allows you to replicate success in other areas of your life. Without celebration, wins pass by unnoticed, lessons remain hidden, and motivation wanes. Celebrate strategically. Take the time to reflect, appreciate, and reward yourself. This doesn't mean indulging recklessly. It means marking progress in a way that motivates and energizes you to continue. Next, let's talk about learning fast. Failure is inevitable on the path to success. Every challenge, mistake, or setback is an opportunity to grow if you approach it with the right mindset. People who stagnate tend to dwell on failure, blame circumstances, or avoid taking risks. High achievers do the opposite. They analyze, extract lessons, adjust, and move forward. Learning fast is about turning obstacles into advantages. Every mistake becomes feedback. Every wrong decision becomes insight. Every challenge becomes a training ground for improvement. The speed of your learning directly influences the speed of your success. Learning fast requires honesty and self-reflection. You must be willing to look at your actions without excuses, without judgment, and without defensiveness. What went wrong? Why did it happen? How can I prevent this next time? Reflection is the bridge between action and improvement. Fast learners don't just act. They assess, adapt, and evolve. They embrace discomfort because they understand that growth often comes from facing what's hard, not avoiding it. Adaptability is the natural companion of fast learning. The world moves fast, competition evolves, and opportunities change. If you cling rigidly to old methods or repeat the same mistakes, you fall behind. Mastering the art of fast learning means being flexible, adjusting strategies quickly, and staying open to new approaches. Your ability to pivot when necessary, while staying aligned with your goals, is what separates those who succeed from those who stagnate. Now let's focus on perseverance, the act of keeping going even when it's hard. Most people give up when the journey gets tough. They see setbacks as signs of failure, obstacles as reasons to quit, or slow progress as proof that their effort is wasted. Success, however, is a marathon, not a sprint. The people who reach extraordinary results are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who keep going when others quit. Perseverance transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary outcomes. To keep going, you need mental resilience. This is the ability to stay focused and motivated despite difficulties, distractions, and temporary failures. Resilience is built through habits, mindset, and experience. Daily practices like reflection, visualization, and goal setting strengthen your mental endurance. Every time you face a challenge and continue moving forward, you reinforce your inner strength. Over time, resilience becomes automatic. You don't just endure difficulties, you thrive in them. Energy management is another key factor in sustaining progress. It's not enough to work hard. You must also recharge strategically. High performers understand that rest, nutrition, exercise, and mental breaks are essential to maintaining peak performance. Without proper energy management, perseverance becomes unsustainable. Celebrate wins to recharge your motivation, learn fast to sharpen your strategies, and manage your energy to keep performing at your best. The combination of these three creates unstoppable momentum. Accountability plays a crucial role in keeping momentum. When you share your goals, wins, and lessons with a mentor, coach, or peer group, you create external pressure to maintain progress. Accountability prevents stagnation and reinforces commitment. People who persist often do so not just for themselves, but because they've made a commitment to others. This external support amplifies internal motivation and ensures that you continue moving forward, even when self-doubt creeps in. Another important element is focus. Momentum is easily lost when attention drifts. To keep going, you must continually align your actions with your goals. This requires regular reflection. Are my efforts producing the desired results? Am I prioritizing the right tasks? Where can I improve? By staying focused on the highest impact activities, you ensure that each step you take moves you closer to your objectives. Distractions, low-value activities, and negative influences must be minimized to preserve the energy and attention needed to sustain progress. Embracing a growth mindset is essential in this cycle. People with a fixed mindset see setbacks as failures and challenges as threats. Those with a growth mindset view them as opportunities for development and improvement. The combination of celebrating wins, learning fast, and keeping going is a direct application of a growth mindset. You recognize progress, learn from mistakes, and continue forward, knowing that every experience, positive or negative, contributes to your evolution. Visualization and mental rehearsal can help maintain momentum. Imagine your future self achieving goals, overcoming obstacles, and celebrating victories. Mental rehearsal strengthens confidence, reduces fear, and keeps your focus on the long-term vision. Coupled with reflection on past wins and lessons, visualization ensures that your mind remains aligned with your actions, reinforcing persistence and clarity. Gratitude also plays a role in sustaining progress. Acknowledging what you've achieved, appreciating support from others, and valuing your growth creates a positive feedback loop. Gratitude reinforces confidence, motivation, and optimism, all of which are necessary to celebrate wins, learn quickly, and keep going. It transforms effort into fulfillment, turning the journey itself into a source of energy rather than a grind. Risk-taking is part of this process. Achievements and breakthroughs rarely happen without stepping outside comfort zones. By taking action, learning fast, and persevering, you push boundaries and expand your capabilities. Momentum builds faster when you take calculated risks, evaluate results, and adjust. The combination of courage, reflection, and persistence accelerates growth and amplifies results. Feedback loops are essential. Every action, win, and mistake provides information. Successful people create systems to capture these insights, adjust strategies, and refine execution. Momentum is sustained when progress is visible, measurable, and actionable. A strong feedback loop accelerates learning, reinforces positive behaviors, and ensures that you continue moving toward your ultimate goals efficiently. Finally, keep a long-term perspective. Celebrate wins in the moment, but don't rest for too long. Learn fast, but also integrate lessons into your ongoing strategy. Keep going, understanding that extraordinary success is the result of sustained effort over time. The combination of celebration, learning, and perseverance compounds. Small daily wins, rapid learning from missteps, and consistent forward motion eventually lead to breakthroughs that once seemed impossible. In conclusion, the journey to your true potential is powered by the cycle of celebrating wins, learning fast, and keeping going. Recognize progress to fuel motivation. Analyze mistakes to sharpen strategy. Persist through challenges to build resilience. Manage energy to maintain performance. Stay focused to ensure alignment with goals. Embrace growth, gratitude, risk, and feedback to accelerate results. Momentum is created not by occasional bursts of effort, but by the consistent application of this cycle every day. The choice is yours. You can ignore wins, dwell on mistakes, and give up when progress slows. Or you can celebrate each success, learn faster than others, and keep going no matter what. The life you dream of, the potential you're capable of, is on the other side of persistence. Celebrate, learn, persist, repeat. Your future self will thank you for mastering this cycle and using it to create extraordinary results. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. It really helps me create more content for you. Thank you.